family. If you're in or near Columbia, South Carolina, you've got to visit the House of Hathor, located at 6319 North Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday, it's your one-stop shop for African clothing, African masks, natural soaps, incense, candles, jewelry, and more. Plus, they've got a beautiful event space. Owned and operated by Baba Rutaski and Mama Neterma Canute. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the culture. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the movement. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the people.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the House of Hathor's Libation, Liberation Lifestyle ceremony, where we open our day up, we start our day in honoring, in venerating, and acknowledging the ancestors that continues to be with us every day, that they are the angels of our existence, that they are the spiritual guides of our existence, that they are the accountability, our court, that holds us accountable for what we are designed to do while we are here in this space as extensions, as we are interdependent, interconnected, interrelated, and we interact with the spirit of our existence each and every day. So we want to make sure that we are acknowledging their existence within us, for they give us our thoughts, our words, and our actions as we continue to commit ourselves to the intentions that have been placed upon us. So let us include them in every process that we are a part of this day. Let the ancestors be the strength that dwells within us. Let them be our determination. Let them be the unity that we have within ourselves so that we can be the true vessels, altars, and temples of their great energy, spirit, and soul. We call upon our ancestors far and near, fathers and mothers of our fathers, mothers and fathers of our mothers, to bear witness to all that we have done. And it is by your example that you continue to inspire us towards reclaiming our ancestral minds, regenerating our ancestral spirit, liberating our families, our homes, and our communities, and restoring our greatness to our commitment to all that dwells within us. We pour libation to bring into our midst your venerable ancestral spirit, radiating your great wisdom, your courage, your dedication, and your unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and brothers, our children and their children, our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, our aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and elders of the community, that we pour this libation in your honor. In the honor of the Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, and the various manifestations of the creative spirit, we pour libation. Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors who laid the foundation for human civilization and who provides the wisdom to which we live and the models by which our lives are guided, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors who suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, but yet demonstrated the victorious power of the ancestral spirit by maintaining their dignity no matter the cost, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, that we continue the fight of our ancestral liberation and our vindication, we pour libation. Ashe. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of our ancestors to come, that they too in their time will vindicate our race from all adversaries, and that they will continue to imprint upon the world the great genes of our ancestral humanity, we pour libation. Ashe. May your venerable spirit engulf this occasion to reaffirm our ancestral canity. It is done. The great ancestor of all ancestors is satisfied. Ashe. 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 Dua Neter. So we say, Hotep, peace and power to you all this day, my brothers and sisters, as we continue to live, love, and learn the processes of life that dwells within us, that we continue to honor, that we continue to acknowledge the ancestors, and we venerate them every day as we continue to live, love, and learn all of the experiences that has been given to us. And what we're speaking of today, my brothers and sisters, we're talking about injustice. We're not talking about the physical injustice that we experience a lot of times while we are here in this vessel. We're talking about the spiritual injustice that we have within ourselves. And when we're speaking about spiritual injustice, we're talking about the justice that dwells within us to live our truth. That is the injustice that we're talking about. The injustice. How are you justified in living your truth that has been given to you from within? What do you do that reveals your justice that you have within yourself, that says that you are liberated, that you are living, and that your lifestyle reflects and projects the justice that you have from within yourself? That is the injustice that we're talking about, that we're speaking about. Because see, again, man continues to create all these different words from a physical standpoint that reflects where they want to live. But as we live for a spiritual life, that same word reflects our justice that we have from within ourselves, the injustice that we perpetuate, that we reflect and project outward as we continue to live the lifestyle of a spiritual being having human experiences. You see, the spiritual being, the spiritual warrior that dwells within each and every one of us, that is the battle that we fight every day. Being a spiritual warrior means that you are constantly fighting the battle that the Spirit has given you from within, and that lifestyle, that liberation, comes outside of yourself as you continue to honor the ancestors, because they continue to give you the armor. They continue to give you the tools. They continue to use you as an instrument. They continue to give us everything that is required for us to live the spiritual lifestyle that we're supposed to be living while we are here, that represents that spirit, that God spirit that you have within yourself, that creator that continues to manifest with you, for you, through you. You see, the spirit and the energy that dwells within us, it is all that we need in order for us to live the lifestyle that we're designed to live. Whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, your anointment, your intentions, your purpose, everything that you're supposed to be doing while you are here, it is all that you are justified in doing, living your truth. That is the only thing that we're supposed to be doing while we're here, living our truth and bringing some type of representation that you can say that this is yours and that you are living that truth and you're doing everything that the Spirit has already ordained and anointed you to do while you're here. That is the injustice that we're speaking of. Everything that we talk about is only about from within. Every word that man has created that speaks about anything that do it in, it is about what is within you. So when you hear us talk about injustice or encouragement or inspiration, again, or insight, intuitive knowledge, those things dwell within yourself, my brothers and sisters. And so when we're speaking about injustice, that means that what are you doing that reveals that you are justified in living your truth? What reveals itself within you that you are doing outward that says that you are justified in living your truth? And as you continue to be justified in living your truth, that means that you are committed. That is your propriety. That means you have a standard of living that says that you're living your truth. What is your standard of living? Your values, your interests, your principles. What do you stand on? And then how is reciprocity being given to you as you give reciprocity back for giving your truth? You see, once you have been given your truth and you show and you reciprocate that by your actions, then that shows your justification of living your truth. Because you are being reciprocity, you are being reciprocated in everything that you do because you're living your truth, because you are creating and manifesting from your truth. This is what the ancestors is bringing to us today. Injustice. What are you doing that reveals your justice that you have from within and that you're manifesting and creating? You are reflecting and projecting that truth outward through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And when you do that, you are living in harmony with life and nature. You are in balance with life and nature. and everything is in order with life and nature. That is injustice. That is the justice from within. When you are doing those things, that is what the ancestors, those are the principles of living that it governs all of our thoughts, words, and our actions. And as we do that, we become unified in every aspect of life. We collectively work together because we find those spirit-like spirits and like beings that are doing the same things as we are doing. We are cooperating with life and nature and with each other. Because we are unified and we are collectively working together, we're using our creativity that's been given to us. That's a part of our justice that we have from within. And we always have a sense of purpose of doing the things that we are required to do. And our sense of purpose is to make sure that our lifestyle, that we're liberated, and that we're honoring those that came before us that have been the examples of what that liberated lifestyle is. And that the faith that we have within ourselves in living that lifestyle, the faith that we have in each other, that we are collaborating and cooperating, and we're collectively working together to build the communities that reflects that same justice that we have from within, that we can protect it at all costs from all adversaries, weapons that may be formed against us. This doesn't matter where it's coming from, and it doesn't matter who it is. Because when we're speaking about the spiritual being and being that spiritual warrior, those that may even look like you may come after you, because we have been given proof of that through history, that even those that may look like us may come after us because they have a purpose also of being the negative side of our positive, because they both have to exist. That means that you will have others that may not like that lifestyle, so therefore they want to stop you from living that lifestyle. But the spiritual warrior that dwells within each and every one of us is always justified in protecting, in honoring, in venerating, and in acknowledging, as well as honoring those that were the examples of how that works. So let us move forward in all aspects of life. That our education, our entertainment, our economics, our labor, our law, our politics, our religion or spirituality, our relationships that we have with each other, as well as war. That means that any type of war that may come against you that doesn't want you to live the lifestyle that you have already been anointed and ordained to live, you are justified from within to fight for the lifestyle that has been already given to you to live. So we give thanks to you, my brothers and sisters, for being a part of this Libation Liberation Lifestyle ceremony this day. As we continue to honor the ancestors, we want you to live, love, and perpetuate life. Be a part of life and nature. Let life and nature be your true brothers and sisters. And make sure that you connect with those like spiritual warriors that are about the business of manifesting, generating, reflecting, and projecting our truth, because we will always be justified in living that truth at all costs. Peace and power to you all, and ashe to our ancestors.